Hi guys, so today we will see our next question, which is the question number 8. To accept two number from the user and compute smallest divisor and greatest common divisor of these two numbers. So basically smallest divisor is the LCM, least common multiple, and greatest common divisor is the HCF, highest common factor. So LCM and HCF we have to find. So let us head on to our text editor, do the previous setups, then they start a code, and let so five test cases, some random numbers. Let us give us 3 test cases only. So now we will look through the number of test cases. For I in range int input, and after that we will take a comma b and map the values of the input, converting it into the integer. Map integer input dot split. If you don't know what are these all stuff, check out previous videos in the series, so you would get a clear idea. So now we have ab's values of a and b. So let's just create a function, define find LCM, and then we would, let's for just a moment type pass a and b, we would require two values, and then LCM. So basically LCM means the least common multiple. Least common multiple means we have to find the lowest multiple of these two numbers. So for finding this LCM, what we can do, we can run a for loop from I is equal to 1 to the greatest max of this both number, and after that check whether both the numbers are multiple or not. If both are check whether it is divisible or not. If both the numbers are divisible, then it is our smallest number. So let's take a for loop for I in range. So what would be our range? 2 to the max of both the numbers a comma b. So we'll run through that. Min of a comma b, because if we take max, then the max would be 74, but the least common multiple cannot be greater than 48, as 48 is the lowest number. It cannot be greater than that. If it is greater than that, then there is no sense of common. We require common multiple of both. So mean of a and b. So let us initialize our LCM by 1, and then what we have to do, or we have to find the smallest value. So we have to take some big number. So let us take the min of a and b only. So what we have to do now, LCM would have some big number. So now we have to check if a mod I equal to 0 and b mod I is also equal to 0. Means a is completely divisible by I, b is also completely divisible by I, means both are divisible, so it is their common multiple. So it is common multiple and LCM, and one more condition is if LCM is greater than the I, means, or we can write I is less than LCM, we require the least. So if I is less than LCM, then we will assign LCM equal to I, and then break. As we require the least common multiple, we got the least, and we will break. We are break break break, and we will get the number. Sorry, we will return LCM. So we will return the LCM. So what we are basically doing, assigning LCM some large number, and for I in range 2 to min of both the number, we will check each number is whether it divides both the number, and if it divides and is less than the LCM, then we will assign that to the LCM and then return the value. So let's just print format string LCM of A and B is find LCM of A comma B. So let's run this. So you can see LCM of 74 and 48 is 2, 3897 and 893 is none. So it is not returning anything. If it is not returning, we have to return 1, else return 1. So if we didn't find any least common multiple, then the least common multiple would be the 1. So this second and third case doesn't have any common multiple, least common multiple. Similarly, we require one more function, find HCF. So defining find HCF, highest common factor, A comma B, we would require 2 parameters and then an HCF variable which would have minimum value 0. So whenever we need to find any maximum value, we will initialize that variable by minimum value, because if HCF means the other value which we are finding is greater than HCF, then we can assign it to the value, then we can put that value in the HCF. So similarly, now HCF is the highest common multiple or the highest common factor. So highest common factor, we would start from the 48, means the min of the two numbers. We will start from that and decrement one value, and after decrementing, what will we do? We will basically check whether both the numbers are divisible. If both the numbers are divisible, then it is the highest common factor. So for I in range min of A comma B, and then min of A comma B, and then up to 0 or 1, up to 1, you have to create a range. Let's just print this range. I have some doubt in this. So let's print outside this function. Print range. So let's run this. So we are not getting any range. What we can do, for I in range, in that range, we will print I. So we are not getting any value. So that's because range first value is greater, second value is smaller, then we have to give a third argument, which is the step, and now it should work. So 48, 47, 46, so now it is working. So this would be our code. So why did we basically do that? So you can check that out in the for loop series. I have explained how the range works. So if basically range works from minimum value to maximum value, and the step value is 1. So what does it do? It takes minimum value then adds this step value, and then up to that number is not equal to the max value. So if we consider 0 comma 10 comma 1 is default, it comes automatically. So what will it do? First it will give 0. In the next loop 0 plus 1 1. In the next loop 1 plus 1 2, then 3 4 5 6 up to 10. And when it gets 10, it will exit that loop, means it will not work, it will not execute the body. Similarly, now we are giving the opposite, 10 comma 0. So basically it gives 10 to this I, and if we print this, it will print I. So basically the range will work, it will check 10, it is valid, 0 is valid number, and then the step index 1. But when it will try to execute, 10 is greater than 0, so the step value should be something. So it checks the step value, so 10 plus 1 is 11, but we require but we have provided the maximum value is 0, so we are basically running and reverse loop. So for that we need to specify some step value which would decrement it, and the condition satisfies. So 10 minus 1 becomes 9, so it is decreasing, so it will go 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1 up to 0. So this range works. So this is basically like a number line. So we don't have to print, we have to check whether it divides both the number or not. So we can copy this statement, and then if HCF is greater than if I is greater than HCF, then print or we don't require this HCF, I think so. We would not require, because we will find single value HCF, and that would be the thing. So we don't require any HCF variable, we will direct return the I. So return I, as we are checking from top to bottom, so whichever I we will get first will be the max value, and if we didn't get any value, then we will return 1. Similarly here also we don't require this condition, we can directly return I, and this LCM is also not required. So let's copy this statement and print HCF. LCM, not LCM, it is HCF. HCF of A and B is find HCF. Let's run this. So you can see LCM of let's give an print line, a new line. So let's execute this. So LCM of 74 and 48 is 2, HCF is also 2, here also same, here also same. So let's give some value, 50 and 25. So now you can see highest common factor, means the common factor in both the value is 25, highest, and lowest is the 5, means lowest common multiple. So you can see here there is a change, else these are random numbers, so they don't have least common factor and highest common factor. So this was all about this video, finding the greatest common multiple, greatest common divisor, and smallest divisor of two numbers. Let us meet in a next video.